Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Well, let me show you what I'm working on here. Get my lights turned back on, kind of shining up underneath the sprayer. There we go. I got this sprayer out this past Saturday, and I finished getting the booms and that kind of stuff all greased up on it. And this sprayer has adjustable axles, which I'm guessing pretty much all of them do. I'm not positive. I think this is a case. I think Hagee has adjustable axles, and I don't know about John Deere. But like a Miller Nitro, I think they have adjustable axles. Anyway, but for our corn row spacings, I've got to take and slide these all the way out. And if you can see that very well, that right there is basically one tube inside of another tube. And then this cylinder simply just pushes it out and pulls it back in. It's that way on all four wheels. Well, on this right-hand back one, we've had trouble with this ever since we bought this thing back in 2012. But this slide channel right here, this inside part here does not move. That goes through and comes out right there and bolts to the frame. You see this piece right here, you can take that bolt out and put it in one of these threaded holes, and it'll only let this piece slide out to that point. And so you can set how far out you want your wheels to go. And in our case, they go all the way to the end. Well, this one here is stuck and I cannot get to budge. And like I say, we have had trouble with this thing ever since we've had it. So let me grab my stuff. If you saw my previous video, you'll see where get it picked up here. In fact, you know what? It may be better off if I just use both hands. There we go, back in my official camera holder. But if you saw my previous video I uploaded here a couple weeks back, I showed you this cordless impact, 1 inch. It's got two 20-volt batteries that slide, if I can get popped out of there, just down like that on each side. They clip in. Got low, medium, and high for your tightening power, clockwise, and then you just trip it over there. It only has one setting for the reverse power. And the trigger is a variable speed trigger. However, this is the largest cordless impact made. In fact, it might actually be the largest impact made. This bad boy has 3,000 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. We have a big 1 inch air one, a big Carlisle, and it has 2,000 pounds of breakaway. So, this is the first time I have ever used this big impact. Let's see how it works. You'll see that bolt right there. I want to take that bolt out, and then I'm going to jump in the sprayer, back it out of the shed, and see if the wheel moves out. If the wheel moves out, then that means this thing here is stuck. I'm going to have to take it off and fool around with it to get it freed up. The reason why I don't go dumping a bunch of oil in these things is because I don't want to attract a bunch of dirt, and that'll make it even worse. The reason why it's so rusty is when my dad and a neighbor of ours, my dad went about 3/4, my neighbor went 1/4, and bought this big sprayer. When we got it, my neighbor actually had to take his torch and heat that thing up in order to get to move, because this was actually a commercial sprayer. And I will give you all a heads up right now, commercial sprayers get put through the ringer, I can tell you that much. Especially the booms, because they just run them. And so let's see here what we got. And I can tell you right now, this Big Impact's got some weight to it. Hey, let me tell you something. It don't take much of that bad boy to knock stuff loose, I can tell you that right now. Wow. That was, let me see here, that's an 1 3/16" socket. I can tell you one thing, I'm sold on that big guy. When it starts knocking, stuff breaks loose. There's not exactly no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Thankfully, we got it on sale, because I think they've told me regular MSRP, well, no, take that back. Regular price is about $2,600. We got it for a lot less than that, let me tell you. And they are also built to order. You order it, then Ingersoll Rand builds it, because that's what this is. Ingersoll IR. We have an Ingersoll 1/2 inch that we've had for years. Works great. Let me tell you something. I like that big guy. It means business. So, like I say, I just got that bolt out and trying to, it's hard to see them lights right smack dab in your eyes. Kind of tip them down a little bit. And this work light setup I got has been great too. There it is on a tripod. It's got 2 lights. Each light has 2 rechargeable batteries each. They have low, medium, and high brightness. And it's been really handy. I actually got that from Napa also. And so I'm just trying to see here. Right here's a bolt holding the other end on. And just looking at it, the bolt goes clear through, and that's what actually holds that end of that cylinder on too. And yes, these this sprayer, in fact, almost all sprayers except Apache are driven by hydraulic motors. Now, Apache sprayers, they actually drive theirs by a drive shaft. They'll just have a big long drive shaft that comes, I'm assuming, like off of a differential. They have it somehow rigged up right there, and then it's got a drive line angling down to it with U-joints, of course. Now, the one drawback with that is, I'm assuming Apache does not have adjustable wheels. So, I'll take and move my lights out of the way. Gonna take and get the golf cart backed up out of the way. The golf cart is also officially known as the pride of the farm. So I'm going to take and hop in the sprayer right quick. Alrighty, let's fire this bad boy up. Hey, there we go. I'll take and back up out of the shed here. In fact, actually, I won't even need to go completely out of the shed. Just get backed up and rolling a little bit. Problem is, though, I can't make just that tire go out. It kind of all depends on whichever tire wants to go out first. And so both front ones and the back left one, they could actually go out before the back right one does. Or vice versa, or however it wants to do. Okay, and I'm actually pushing on the switch right now. Let me show you. Right back here, you see that little rocker switch? I push on this side, it makes the wheels go out. I push on this side, it makes the wheels go back in. So I'll put you back in my pocket right quick. I am actually pushing on the switch right now, and just like usual, the back left one's going out. And now the front left is going out. And you got to be rolling in order to move the wheels in and out. Now the front right is going out. Here, I'll see if I can show it to you. Okay, you can see that going out right down there, that part of the axle. How it pushes that right out of there. Okay. Well, I'm playing around with it, and so far that back right tire does not want to budge. Which means it's the axle itself not wanting to move. Peachy. So I may have to actually take and put a jack underneath it and see if I can get that to wiggle or break loose or something. Sometimes what I'll try to do if I have trouble with it is I'll try to run the right front tire up onto a ridge or something like that, just trying to see if it can kind of flex the sprayer back and forth and maybe take some weight off that back right tire, or the back axle anyway, and see if that might make it break loose. But so far nothing's working, so I may have to get the old hydraulic jack out and start doing a little moving around. If my forklift was big enough, I'd use the forklift, but the forklift is not heavy enough to pick that much weight up. It's only a 5,000 pound forklift. Like I say, I thought it might have been that channel that I showed you. However, I don't think it is, because it is not wanting to budge. Well, I think I'm going to call that a wrap for this video. If I feel like doing it, I might try to see if I can make it into a part 2. Wait and see. If I do make it into a part 2, well, just keep an eye out and this one here will be labeled as part 1, and like I say, I might make a part 2, who knows. Depends on if I feel like it or not. So hey, that's basically the sprayer in a nutshell, and of course this spring, once we actually get going, I'll be posting a lot more videos of it and that kind of stuff. Try to get some videos rolling through the field and that kind of thing. So hey, take care. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Take care.